What's good, everybody? AB Media 83 here. And as the title says, do you want a fruitcake and an old time 304 setting the agenda? Or, we're going to talk about the or a little later. Full disclosure, the or is not a plan I wrote up, but it is a good plan, and I want to give the brother his credit. Once again, my title is, do you want a fruitcake and an old washed up 304 setting the agenda for black men? Or if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'm about to go to their website and just show you. Yes, they actually made a website for the goofy stuff I'm about to show you. Add this to the stream. Y'all see it? I have a dark theme filter on for my eyesight, but you'll get used to it. I don't know if y'all can see that. It says no voting, no vucking. Like I said, and here's the video that I'm actually talking about. Do you want a fruitcake and an old tired 304 to set black men's agenda, or do you want a real agenda? Now let's play this goofy crap and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Trade checks, I think we got one.
It's voting season, bruh. Now voting.
Like I said, do you want a fruitcake?
No loving, no voting, no touch.
And an old tired 304 setting the agenda for you.
No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking, no voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking, no voting, no fucking. BLK app looking for some action. Swear the homie Scott was heavy. Face is a 9, abs a 10, D is a to be determined. He got mad jokes, he don't seem broke. The only red flag, he said he don't vote. This midterms for all the single cute. Wanna hit this booty, gotta do your civic duty. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking, no voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking, no voting, no fucking.
Yeah, don't stop now. Stuff my ballot box again, but my homegirl through. Put the body in partisan. Politics be so nasty. Make me wanna flirt ya. Show you how to be a poll worker. Legs in the air, I don't care. Anyone could get it. Universal health care. If you wanna come before the deadline. Coming.
Hold up. I'm sorry. I gotta stop the video for a minute. Trina. Really, Trina? You called somebody nasty. You've been nasty for well over 20 years, but you got the nerve to call somebody nasty. Really? Really, Trina? Really? Let's finish this stupid video.
The jacuzzi gerrymander this coochie.
No voting, no love, no voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. Can't let me down, gotta stand up for something. No voting, no love, no voting, no.
Yeah, you do have to stand up for something, but based on what your song is saying, I don't want to touch anything in the video.
Touch, no voting, no nothing. BLK, we gon' stand up for something. Yeah, that's right. No voting, no loving. If the coochie is the goal, go hit the pose. Period.
If the coochie is the goal, go hit the pose. That's what the Democrat Party thinks of you, black man. If the coochie is the goal, go hit the pose. Now, this is an ad for an app I've never heard of before till a few days ago called BLK. And if you actually look it up, BLK is owned by Match.com, who's owned by billionaires whose links to the Democrats. Oh, what a shock. And I already know what some of the Democrats are going to say. We had nothing to do with this video. There's one little problem with that. You see, I'm on Voting No Vucking.com. This is their official website. And it states, and one of the things it states on this website is studies show that many voters from communities of color, oh, there's that famous word, they just ain't talking about you, black folk. Whenever you see community of color, they just ain't talking about you. Pay attention, black folk. So anyway, studies show that many voters from the community of color use early voting and mail-in ballots. However, politicians continue to draft bills, increasing the difficulty of Black Americans to do just that. In other words, they're talking about the Republicans. Translation, this is brought to you by the Democrat Party. In 2021, 19 states passed 34 laws reducing polling place availability and raising stricter requirements. Translation. This is the Democrat. This site is run by a Democrat, and this is for the Democrat Party. This is what the Democrats have planned for you. So the question I have is, do you want this, or do you want a real black agenda? And actually, I have a real black agenda. It was written by Dr. T. Hasan Johnson, and it's his. Let me wait a minute. Let me get the name right. Let me get the brother's name playing right. It's called the 14-Point Black Male Political Agenda, written by him, Dr. T. Hasan Johnson. The link is in the description if you want to take a look at that. And there's a link to Dr. T. Hasan Johnson's YouTube channel in the description as well. But right now, I am going to go over this 14-point plan. As I said, and as the title says, do you want a fruitcake and an old, tired, washed up 304 setting the agenda for black people and black men, or do you want a real agenda? And the or is, do you want a real black agenda? Let me remove that. Turn my feed on. I hope y'all can see that, but I'm about to go over Dr. T's 14-point agenda. Number one, family court reform. For those of you who have lived under a rock and never talked to, I don't have any black children, but I've talked to enough black fathers. So for those of you who live under a rock, one of the things Dr. T plans to addresses in his plan, which is the link to that's in the description, and I'll also put it in the chat for people to take a look at. One of the first things Dr. T addresses is the family court system. Black men get screwed like crazy. If you've been living on the rock, the family court system is not fair to black men whatsoever. And that's one of the things one of the first things Dr. T addresses in his plan, his plan in the Black Male Agenda. Here's a link to the website if you want to take a look at it officially. The second thing he addressed, going through the 14 For those of you just coming in, we're going through Dr. Hasan Johnson's 14-point plan for Black male education. Black men are underserved when it comes to education resources, where to go, and what kind of education to get. Not every degree has how can I say this? Not black. Well, let's start with the fact that more than half of your boys can't read at the 8th grade level. There need to be more resources to help Black men with education. Also, the way the classroom set up is not designed for Black boys either. Black boys were not designed to sit still like that and just listen and listen to lectures. They have to be moving around. I was like that. Number 3 is affirmative action. Black men have not benefited from affirmative action, despite the fact that it was originally intended to be for us. But then Title VII came in, and now most of affirmative action goes to white women, which is why after affirmative action, white people doubled their wealth. Number 4 is target homeless programs for Black men. For those of you who don't know, the number one population of homeless people are Black men. And the way things are going now that the pandemic is allegedly over and people are starting to get kicked out, Black women and Black children are going to be on that list too. If they weren't on that list before, they're about to be, because if you look at the numbers, Black women are getting kicked out and their children are getting kicked out more than anybody. So they're about to join us on this list. It is what it is. Number 5, target unemployment programs. Black men are underserved when it comes to unemployment. This is a problem. If you can't find work, it's hard to live, and hence if you don't have family members somewhere, you're likely to end up on the street somewhere. Number 6, law enforcement. Shout out to Officer Charles Faulkner Jr. talks about this. Black men need to be in law enforcement more, and police their own communities. Oftentimes in Black communities, one of the reasons your crime rate is so high is because you get white folk who don't live in the community, or other groups of people who don't live in the community policing the Black community, instead of Black men who live in that community policing the community. So there need to be more resources to get Black men into law enforcement. Number 7, intimate partner violence / homicide policy reform. Now, what this is talking about, it's particularly come out in the last few years. Black men suffer a lot of domestic violence from Black women and other women too. In fact, there's been a lot of, if you've been paying attention, at least online, there have been a lot of stories of Black women killing Black men. Black men because of intimate partner violence, and like he said, intimate partner violence and murder. And also, if you look at statistics, domestic violence is both men and women equally hit each other when it comes to domestic violence. It's not just men. We're not on the Duluth model would have you believe that only men participate in intimate in partner violence, but no, women are just as equally violent as the men. And Dr. T addresses that in his plan. Number 8, health-targeted cancer campaigning, treatment, and recognition. Recognitions. Black men are pretty much underserved when it comes to healthcare. We don't like going to the doctor. I don't like going to the doctor. I still go, but I don't like going to the doctor. and we need to address that. Now, let me pause here for a minute. What up, Artisan MC? Hey, Beach. Uh, what's going on, Famous Davis? And by the way, as you can see, scrolling at the bottom, if you like the content I'm doing right now, hit the Cash App and support the show. Now, where was I? Okay, on number 9, health. Oh, wait a minute. I already read that. Sorry. Number 9, targeted small business support. But black men don't get enough help when it comes to small business. And like it or not, black women. This is not offense to Beach. Black men do not get the same support black women gets when it comes to small business. And that's why it might seem sometimes black women have more small business than black men. It's not that black men don't want to have small business. It's that we don't get the same amount of support. There are a lot of black men who want to start small business, but we don't get the financial support we need to sustain that business. Number 10 is Social Security and life insurance family support. Now, this one is actually a personal one for me because almost 10 years ago, my mother passed away, and we didn't have I didn't have life insurance for her. And it was and when you don't have life insurance and you go to that funeral home, you find out what it really costs to bury somebody. And I'll never forget this. And this is I live, for those of you who don't know, I live in Indiana. Um, and this is actually one of the cheaper places. $3,000 just to dig the hole. True story. $3,000 just to dig the hole. Life insurance is very important. Those of you who don't know, life insurance is very important. If you didn't hear me, let me repeat that for you. $3,000 just to dig the hole. It's very important. Black men know about and Social Security is self-explanatory. You know, you work, you build up your Social Security. It's very important. Black people in general know about life insurance. All right, let's go to number 11, paternity leave. A lot of black men, quiet as kept, black men are, statistics show black men are actually the most involved fathers. Despite what people might say, with that being said, some black men don't get time to spend time with the children because they're working all the time. And paternity leave is helping address that. Also, but some black men, due to them being separated from their baby mother, don't always get to see their children the way they're supposed to get to see them. And I know that's not everybody, but there are cases for that. Number 12, reverse voter disenfranchisement. Disenfranchisement. This is for allow more ex-convicts the right to vote. For those you don't know, if you get convicted of a felony, in a lot of states, your voting rights are null and void. You're not able to really participate in the elections afterwards, even if you get out. Once you get out, you can't properly participate in voting in who you want to represent your interests. Number 13, black male specific reparations for the transatlantic slave trade through the 21st century hyper incarceration. Now, for those of you who don't know, and don't feel bad if you don't know because they didn't teach you in history class, black women didn't come over here with black men when they first started the the transatlantic slaves trade. It was mostly black men because of the intensified labor. We were the only people that could survive growing rice in the cotton fields, because to grow, you have to understand that grow cotton, and there's a whole book written on this, the Empire of Cotton. To properly grow it's a lot of intensive work. And one of the reasons they wouldn't got black men in particular and black people is because they were killing off the indigenous people here by making them pick the cotton and stuff, cotton and growing the rice. They were literally killing them off in the millions. If you actually go back and look at the history, they were killing the indigenous people off in the millions, so they wouldn't got black men who could handle the weather better, and they were killing us off too, because the average mileage you can get out of them was 7 years, and that's working all day and just enough time for sleep. They actually measure. If you go back and look at the history book, they actually measured this stuff out. And the way our system, the way work is now, is actually loosely based on the system, on the slave system. Only difference is they're paying. All right, the last one, number 14, the United Nations. Go to the United Nations. We charge the U.S. with the genocide of black males. Pretty much, take our fight to the United Nations and call the United States out for the shit they put us through for the last 500 years. That's the gist of that, pretty much. But again, I asked the question: do you want a fruitcake? Let me show it again. It's gonna let me show it again. There it goes. Give me a second. Do you want, like I said, do you want a fruitcake and an old tired wash up 304 speaking for you? Or do you want Dr. T. Hasan Johnson's plan? Me personally, I'm going with Dr. T's plan. I don't want this fruitcake and this old tired 304 speaking for me. Plain and simple. I'm going with Dr. T's plan. I am not interested in what's his name, Saucy Santana and Trina speaking for me politically. I want a real agenda, and that's what Dr. T has. Plain and simple. That's all I have for this live stream. Thank you for supporting my channel. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace. Yo, this is AB Media 83. Want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified the next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.